On this day, I had the opportunity to visit and interview one of Ghana's best greenhouse experts and environmental scientists. We talked a lot about greenhouse construction, climate change, and the smart and innovative ways he is implementing on his new project to curb the challenges of climate change. But before that, he invited me a few days ago to witness the construction process. Akwaba, me always and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is Aforve Selassie. It's a beautiful Saturday and it's a nice weekend to be on the farms. I'm here to visit my very good friend who is a greenhouse consultant and an environmental scientist, Mr. Francis Aforve.
Yes.
Hey, welcome.
Nice.
If you are new on this channel, Mr. Francis Aforve has been on this channel. We've made several videos together. My subscribers know you already.
Of course.
Most of them know who you are and what you do, but for the sake of the new people who would be watching this video, can you shortly introduce yourself?
All right, thank you very much. So let's go to my new projects,
Yeah.
and then let me start with everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's nice.
So as you can see, there have been massive changes over here.
Yes,
Yeah, within the short possible time.
The last time I came here, it was still at the block level, the ground level.
Yes.
You've done so well.
So welcome to my new project.
Thank
yes,
you
my name is Francis Aforve. I'm an environmental scientist, a greenhouse consultant, a co-founder and director for African Foundation for Climate Change and Sustainable Development. We are solely into climate change and sustainable development project.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see this is like one of your biggest projects that I've seen so far.
Well, it's one of them, but I've executed much bigger than this.
Okay.
But yes, this one we have more, innovations. It's solely climate smart technologies that we are using here.
Right.
Which, of course, in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through all the process. Yes.
When you say climate smart technology, it sounds like big English to us. What do you mean by that?
Well, let me start by first of all laying the ground.
Okay.
Yes. There's a report by the UN, the population database, and according to the report, said that until the year 1800, the global human population was just 1 billion.
Okay.
You can imagine, just 1 billion. But now, we add this 1 billion to the global human population every 12 to 15 years.
Wow.
You can imagine. I checked the global population this morning as of 7 a.m. and I was surprised to see that the global human population now is 8,117,279,130.
That's a lot of mouths to feed.
And with this, the UN projected that by the year 2050, the global human population will be 9.7 billion. The question is, how are we going to feed these people? And the most unfortunate aspect has to also do with the climate change. So as we live now, we have two major challenges. a challenge of feeding the growing population, and a challenge of combating climate change.
Wow.
So because of the climate change, you could see that most of the lands that now they are flooded. Some are also dried. You understand, because of the intensive, sunlight and that of the changes in the weather pattern in general.
Okay.
So this has affected major sectors of the economy, especially agriculture. So one of the best solutions to do this has to do with climate smart agriculture, as I said. What is climate smart agriculture? It is an innovative approach, an integrated approach as well, that seeks to transform the agricultural system in order to enhance food security, and by so doing, in this era of climate change, it helps achieve food security.
Okay.
And when you talk about food security, we are talking about a situation whereby there's availability of food, it's accessible, it is utilized, it is consistent, and it is sustainable.
What are some of the innovations that you've implemented in this your new project?
Okay. We've implemented most of the innovations, but the first one has to do with automation system.
Okay.
This particular project is for somebody who, of course, within a short time is going on retirement. So we decided to have this as one of his retirement projects.
Okay.
And so therefore, we need to do it and do it well for him. And with the automation system, because of his busy schedules, he wants to monitor what is going on here, and at the same time, he will be able to irrigate the greenhouse.
Okay.
So we are using IoT devices, which is connected to his phone. And of course, I also have it here. So at the click of your phone, you just initiate the irrigation system.
Okay.
And I think we should go inside so that I will.
Yes, we'll see that. But before we go into that, before we look at the automation system, and then I see a CCTV. Yeah, before we look at all that, we would want to know what is the size of this, because this looks enormous.
Yes.
We would have to look at the size. We look at some things that you've done around the place, and then we go inside and look at the automation system and all the beautiful innovations that you've implemented over here.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So the size you see here is a 50 by 100 feet.
50 by 100.
Yes.
Okay.
50 by 100 feet, or 15 by 31 meters. Yes. You can see. Very soon I'll walk you through the perimeter and you see the length and then the breadth of it.
Okay. And I see you fenced it around.
Yes.
Is there a reason for that, or is just to protect the greenhouse?
Yeah, the reason why we fence this is cattle usually roam about.
Okay.
So this is just a preventive mechanism to not allow them from intruding into the greenhouse.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then the plants, I see. I mean, we've talked about this, but maybe we can just go through it once more for somebody who is new to the channel. And if you haven't watched Mr. Aforve's channel, I'll be leaving links in the description below. We've done about 3 videos. You should check that out. He gave detailed information on greenhouse construction and snail farming, but you can take it.
Yeah. So as I said earlier on, one of our focus is climate smart, agriculture, and then also climate change mitigation. When I talk about mitigation, I'm talking about an aspect whereby we help tackle climate change. So we bring these innovations as a way of making our projects more sustainable and at the same time combating climate change. So let me first of all take you to this mango. There's a term known as carbon sequestration. The carbon sequestration here has to do with the fact that we are taking carbon dioxide, which is one of the greenhouse, gases from the atmosphere. Okay, because earlier on I said we are into climate change related project. So this mango tree has a carbon sequestration rate of 10 to 80 kilogram per year. That means that it is able to take carbon dioxide as much as 10 to 80 kilograms per year. But as to the ability to absorb depend on the size and that of the age. That is why the range is between 10 to 80 kg. And you can see this plantain also. This plantain also have a carbon sequestration rate of 10 to 20 kg per year.
Okay.
Quite apart from that, you could see that we are helping to combat climate change. And at the same time, this mango will also grow and then serve as a windbreak.
Okay.
That will prevent excessive wind from affecting the greenhouse.
Okay.
So we are tackling an aspect of climate change, an aspect of food security, and then an aspect of sustainability.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's nice. So the carbon, how does it affect the snails, and how does it affect we as humans?
Well, the carbon doesn't affect the snow,
Okay.
but it contributes to what is called global warming.
Global warming.
And there are some, things that contribute. We call them the greenhouse effect.
Okay.
And we can talk of carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and so on and so forth. If I want to take us through, I believe we are not going to end right now.
We're going too deep into that.
Of course.
Let's continue to look around some of the plants that you've put around your farm.
So you can see this CCTV.
Yes.
This is a solar powered CCTV camera.
Okay.
You see, all the energy that is used here is solar powered. You understand? Because the world is transitioning from what? Emission into net zero. Okay. That means we are leveraging on renewable energy and energy which is replenished, you understand, and doesn't also pollute the environment. So this CCTV camera you see here is solar powered, and there's a SIM card inside, and wherever you are in the world, you can actually monitor what is going on.
Wow. Wow, this is quite very innovative.
Yes.
This is the smart
of
greenhouse
course
you are talking about.
So at the comfort of my phone, I just open it and I see whatever is going on here. So you can see. You can see this is a greenhouse one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at the surrounding.
Yeah.
I see there are some stones here. What's the use of these stones?
Okay. So as I said, sustainability is one of our hallmark. These stones, before we put the stone or chippings, we rather first of all covered it with rubber, black rubber.
Oh, okay.
This is to prevent the weeds from growing. Okay, before we put the chippings on it.
Okay.
So in this regard, you can see that weeds will not grow around or on the perimeter of the greenhouse for other predators or those snakes and then insects to come and hide in, and at the end of the day finding themselves in the greenhouse.
Wow. This we talked about some time ago, but you can still brief us. You can still brief us on it.
So this we call it anchor.
Anchor, yeah.
Yes. And you can see this animal size of the greenhouse. We have about 50 different anchors.
For this one?
Yes, wow. Holding it. You can see one here, you can see one here, and then at the edges. The reason is that, as I said, because of the climate change,
yeah.
If you don't bring sustainability in whatever you're doing, I'll tell you, your investment will go into a drain within a twinkle of an eye. So this is to hold it firmly without shaking, regardless the intensity of the wind or storm.
Wow, a lot of thought has gone into this.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. Okay. Planted all around, and then that of mango. All this has significance.
Okay. And they are quite...
Yes. Yeah. And then the spacing.
The spacing.
Because here is south west. You understand? So the wind is coming from this direction.
Wow. How do you get the wind's direction? How do you know that?
Okay, so we use a compass.
Okay.
Let me show you the compass. As I said, everything that we do is well calculated. Okay, so you can see that this direction is southeast and it's 36 degree. Okay. So, 36 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, 36 degrees. And when you face here, here is southwest.
So it's coming from this
side.
Okay.
So you can see that it is coming from this side and that of this side. Okay. And this one is 40 degrees southwest.
Okay.
And when you also face here, here is 33 degrees northeast. So whatever we do, we calculate it before.
Wow.
Yes.
So it means technology is very important nowadays in
Yes.
the farming system.
Yes. So whenever you are doing, if you don't, incorporate technology, especially climate smart technology, you could see that your investment will go into waste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And we're about to get into the residence of the snail. It looks beautiful.
Yeah. So welcome to the
green.
greenhouse. You could see AFCCSD constructed is that is African Foundation for Climate Change and Sustainable Development.
Yes.
And that is our contact number there, 0241 30 44 60.
Yeah. I'll be leaving the numbers on the screen. Don't worry. You can call him. And then you get one of these. We are here now in the beautiful estate of the snail.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks very, very good. Can you tell us about the demarcations?
So the demarcation is purposely done. You could see that you group into zones.
Yeah.
So if you can see, we have zone A.
Zone A.
So this is zone A. That is zone B, and the other one is zone C. The reason is that each zone is entitled to a specific number of snails. Okay. And you can see that we've done a raised bed. The reason for the raised bed, as I said, has to do with sustainability.
Okay.
Because of the climate change, whatever you are doing, you need to infuse climate conscious, or you need to do it with a climate lens.
Okay.
So in this regard, even no matter how it rains and this place is flooded,
Okay.
here will not be affected because of the raised bed. You understand? The snails are not yet in because here needs to be, bushy. You need to grow about 2 months time before we bring the snails.
Is there a reason you use these particular bricks?
Very good. You could see we didn't use block. The reason is that the snails sometimes mistake the blocks for calcium.
Okay.
Calcium is one of their favorite, so sometimes they feed on the blocks. But with the bricks, because it's made of sand, even if they try to chew it, there's no detrimental effect in their digestive system.
This is clay.
Yeah, this is clay.
Okay.
This is clay.
All right, and I see pawpaw. Yeah.
Good.
What was the use?
The pawpaw serve as a shade here, and at the same time, as I said, carbon sequestration, the ability to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, so that we also help in combating climate change.
Okay.
So this pawpaw you see here has a carbon sequestration rate of 20 to 30 kg per year.
Okay.
So each year, this pawpaw, it will take 10 to 30 kg of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere.
Okay.
So our project also help promote, climate change mitigation. Same time, adaptation. Adaptation has to do with helping the farmers to build their resilience in order to adjust to the impact of the climate change.
Wow.
That is the adaptation. So as you can see, this is a galvanized metal. You could see that we have black rubber.
Black rubber, yes.
Wrapped on it before we buried it in the ground.
Yeah.
The reason is because something conduction, the movement of energy into the soil. Because it is metal, it will take energy from the sun and become hot. And then to transfer it into the soil. And then the soil become, the temperature will increase. So this thing is, we call insulator. So it doesn't prevent the heat from transferring or getting into the soil. Yes.
Is it the same with this one?
This one, the reason why we did it is to prevent other insects or snakes, and other things from entering. So you can see that this bracing is nailed directly to the block. So even when it rains, it can come in, insects cannot also penetrate. You could also see that we also have a filter here. So the water that comes in here is also filtered. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through the irrigation system that I'm going to power with a smartphone.
We'll be talking about the irrigation system.
Of course.
This shade nets, what is it called? The dimensions?
This is a shade net. We call it shade net, and it's 65% shade net.
65%.
65%.
Is there a reason for
65% because it will block 65% of the sunlight from entering,
okay?
and then allow 35% to come in. So the remaining 35%, the plants need it.
Okay.
We all learned what is called
Yeah,
photosynthesis. Yeah, they need the sunlight to grow, and so that is why only 35% is allowed to come in.
Okay. If you are enjoying this interview so far, please do well to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so that the video can go far for other people to watch and learn. And so far we've talked about a lot. We've talked about the plants surrounding the place and everything. And there are some plants here. I don't know what plants, these leaves, what plants are these?
Okay, so we have rosemary.
Rosemary, okay.
We also have water leaf.
Water leaf.
Yeah, we also have cocoyam.
Okay.
We also have plantain, and then we also have sweet potato planted in.
Are the snails feeding on all these various plants, or what are their different uses?
Well, it is a delicacy for the snails.
Okay.
However, it also serves as a shade,
Okay.
and a place where they can also hide. You know, snails are animals. We brought them from the wild into in-house to raise them.
Okay.
So we need to create an environment or an ecosystem where to them they will know that they are still in the wild.
Okay.
So that they can produce more.
So it's home away from home.
Home away from home, of course.
And then there's this black thing here, like a board.
Yes.
I don't know what.
So what you see here, we call it hideout.
Hideout. Okay.
Okay. So it is having a space under it where the snails can go and then hide.
Okay. Okay.
You understand? In case the environment is not that conducive for them and they want to hide, you know, they like black areas. That is why we covered it with black rubber, and at the same time to make it sustainable and waterproof.
Waterproof. Okay. Okay. So when it rains, they can hide. When it
rains, yeah, they can hide, and then it will not be rotting because of the rubber.
So how many snails does each zone contain?
Each zone is to take 1,000 snails.
1,000.
And even that is small. Here can take like 10,000. But the owner want to start with 3,000 because of the rate at which they, you know, reproduce.
Okay.
Yes.
We talked about that, but I've forgotten how many snails does one snail reproduce?
Well, there have been so many, you know, figures, but personally, based on what I've read so far as part of my job, is 187 to 500.
187 to
500.
So
that's what I've counted.
That.
Yes.
That's a lot.
That's what I've counted so far. Yes.
And right now, one snail is like how much at the restaurant when you are going to buy?
Well, the price of the snails depend on the size.
Okay.
There's a size called jumbo. That is a bigger one. And those people who used to visit the biggest restaurants or hotels, there's a soup called ebunebunu.
Ebunebunu, that's Billy's favorite.
The green, yeah, of course. That one snail can cost like 100 Ghana cedis.
Wow. Right, then Billy,
but in the local markets, sometimes people sell it for 400 cedis. Yes, those that they are selling. And during the dry season, somewhere November, December, one snail can cost 50 cedis. But for the export, that one don't go there. It's so high. Yes, and that is why people are, you know, investing. As I said earlier on, this is somebody's retirement package. Yeah. So if he doesn't, you know, anticipate optimum yield, he will not invest into this.
Wow. So how much, you know what, we are not going to talk about price.
Okay.
We will leave that for the ending of the video. I mean, we've been through this severally. We've done about 2 videos, but for the sake of those who were not in class, you people have been missing class. Subscribe to the channel and then you have some of these informations always. So let's talk about the temperature.
Okay, so
device.
We call this hygrometer.
Hygrometer, okay.
The purpose of this is to determine the relative humidity here. Okay. But this is an advanced one because at the same time you can also read the temperature and then the time here. Okay. So you can see that the temperature in the greenhouse is 34 degrees Celsius, and then out is 31.9 degrees Celsius. and then the relative humidity is 99%.
99%.
It is 99% because we are in a rainy season, so the humidity is high.
Okay. And is that a good thing?
Oh yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
It's very good. The snails themselves, they like water. That is why we have irrigation system. When there's no water, we irrigate the place.
So what's the best humidity level for the snails if you want to use that?
So one thing about the humidity is that if it is low, then that means there's no water here. Here is dry. Okay. So optimum humidity should be somewhere 60 to 99, depending on the weather. Okay. If it is dry season, the humidity will come down to like 40%. That one is not good. So you have to initiate the irrigation to raise it up. And that is the advantage of the greenhouse. It is control environment. You determine how the environment should be. Right now, we can change the temperature here right now.
Make it.
That is why it is climate smart.
So how often do you irrigate the place?
So quite frankly, because of the rainy season, sometimes once in 3 days. But when the rain stops, it's going to be twice a day. Yes.
Yes. And how do you get the water to this place? Is it through a reservoir?
So you can see that we have a system. Irrigation system. A system has to do with combination of different components coming together to form a system. So we have a poly tank there, and then we also have water pump. Because we are using automation, which is the smartphone. The smartphone, communicates with IoT device. IoT here has to do with Internet of Things. So it's synchronized with it and uses internet. That is why you can on it wherever you are in the world. Even if you are in the US, you can on the irrigation system without coming here.
Be outside and be farming here.
Of course. So now you don't have to be on the ground before you farm. There are some clients who are in US. They use the automation system. They have CCTV camera. So whenever somebody even enters, they know. The world is now changed. Our system of farming has really changed. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the irrigation. I think we've talked about it, but if we can go a little deeper into it, why you use this particular sprinklers, and then why is on top, not on
the. This one we are not leveraging on gravity, but we are leveraging on technology for the irrigation. It is up high because the snails, they like shower or rain. Okay, so rather than shooting from the ground to the top, it is best when it shoots from the top to the ground. And then this sprinkler we are using has a radius of 4 meters. The radius is 4 meters. So you can see that we calculate the length and to know the number of sprinklers we use. And then it comes like a fork. The particles are small. One reason is for management of water. As I said, the climate smart technology makes things easier. So we don't want to waste water. And the timing which the water must flow is also calculated. So everything is well taken care of.
Let's talk about the soil.
So in snail farming, one of the critical components has to do with the quality of the soil. So you can see how rich this soil is, because we have poultry and other organic matter mixed together with the soil. So this is my 4-in-1 soil survey instrument. You can see now we have the pH of 7, which is neutral. So let me put it inside the soil, and you see that it's able to tell us the temperature in the soil, which is 32 degrees Celsius.
Is that good?
That is good. Okay. It also tells us the pH. So you can see that the same instrument, I'm able to determine the temperature in the soil and then the pH. You can see the pH to be 7.4. Which is very good for whatever we are doing here.
So is this part of the package?
No, this is not part of the package. This is an instrument that we use for our work. However, if the client wants it, we can give him one. Yes.
All right.
So that he will use it in his work.
This is quite innovative, and then The best part is your climate smart
Aspects.
aspect.
Yes.
I like that a lot. The packages, what does it include?
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So we have several packages,
Mhm.
but this
Let's take a
particular
walk. Yeah.
project
Mm.
comes with the complete installation of the greenhouse, the entire
Okay.
structure,
Mhm.
the irrigation system, which is
Mm.
controlled with a smartphone.
Okay.
The CCTV camera is
Okay.
also part of the package.
Wow.
The planting or the greening of the things here is part of the package.
Mm.
The hideout is
Mm.
part of the package.
Mhm.
Training of the one who take care of this place is part of the package.
Okay.
And then the supply of 1,000 snails.
Okay.
The 1,000 is just a foundational
Mm.
package,
Okay.
foundational snail
Mm.
package. And the good news is that these snails, we source them from the wild, from the
Oh,
bush.
okay.
We have suppliers, in the western region and the eastern region who supply. So we don't start with the snails from somewhere else, but from the bush.
So what are the snails the name Achatina, Marginata, or
Yeah,
Achatina?
so we have 3 types of snails.
Okay.
We have Achatina, Chatina,
Mm.
Chatina marginata, and Achatina folica.
Folica.
But what we use here is Achatina, Chatina, that is AA,
AA.
or giant African snail.
Mm.
Yes.
Why? Because they are giants
Oh, because predominantly that is the preferred one.
in
And
Ghana.
because you are doing it for the market,
Mm.
you need to first of all do market survey and
Mm.
the one that people want more.
Oh, okay.
And it's the AA that is highly patronized, even in Ghana here,
Mm.
of
So
course.
which one is more profitable when you are growing them for their meat or you are growing them to sell them to other farmers?
Well, I think that if you start as a farmer,
Mm.
when it's produced, okay, or when it lay eggs and it hatch,
Mm.
within 6 to 8 months, we call them point of lay.
Point of layer.
So as a farmer, you can sell that one out.
Okay.
Then the producers will still be producing.
Mm.
And then the good news is you can also sell slime, what we call slime. The slime has to do with the liquid that comes from them.
Yeah.
You can extract it without killing the snails.
Mm.
Okay, so you can sell the point of lay, you
Mm.
can sell the slime, and then at a point in time when you realize that the producers are not producing more, because the more they age, the more the hatch or reproduction rate also declines. When you get to that, then you sell them, either
Oh.
export or you sell it to the local
And
market.
how long do they take to get to that point where it's like they are getting to menopause?
Well, it depends on several factors,
Mm.
how you feed them,
Okay.
or how you pass through the protocols of managing them.
Mm. And you
Yes.
you talk about the slimes, extracting the slimes. Do you do that, or do you have people who can do
Well,
that?
the slime, we are not into that because we want to focus on one aspect.
Okay.
There are sophisticated machines that are used to do that, and it's a bit costly.
Is it in Ghana? Have you
They are
seen
not
some?
in Ghana,
They are not
you
in Ghana.
import, but there are people who have bought some.
Okay.
Yes, in
Okay.
some few thousands of dollars you can get. But
Okay.
that is not our focus now.
And so you talk about the slimes. They are very expensive, I heard.
Of course, of
And
course.
then, what is there market for snail here in Ghana? And then maybe internationally, globally, what's the market rate?
That's a brilliant question. But the question is,
Mm.
if there's no market in Ghana,
Mm.
I wouldn't get clients from US, UK,
Okay.
and then somebody taking this project as his retirement package.
Okay.
You'll be surprised to hear that, Ghana here, just only Ghana, we consume 15,000 tons of snails.
Wow.
But you know what?
15,000 tons.
Ghana only produces 2,000 tons.
Wow,
The
that's
remaining 13,000
13,000.
tons are imported from the neighboring countries, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Togo, and the rest. And in terms of the export market, the issue is even internally, we've not quenched the demand. But because of people want high price, they export it to other countries like France, UK, and even US. Every year they import about 4 million worth of snails into their country.
Now we would want to demonstrate how the irrigation system works with your phone.
As I said earlier on, our focus is climate smart agriculture, making things easier. Okay, so we use a smartphone and then IoT devices, and It is powered by solar. We don't use anything apart from solar.
Okay.
So the energy that is produced here is solar. Okay. So I have the app on my phone. I just press it and you can see that it is on. You see it is on. The on button is on. Okay. And you can see that I started irrigating.
Okay.
See?
It's showering.
Yes.
Right now everything is smart.
Yes.
Everything
So
is
you don't
smart
have
and
to
easy.
come here before you operate this. No. That is the power of climate smart, technology or agriculture for you.
Wow. That means here is it can be self-sustained.
Of course.
Yeah, you can just be at home and then be managing it till you want to visit
Yes.
here yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
So if you want to see what is going on too, you just on the CCTV camera and then you see it yourself.
Wow.
And the good news is that the CCTV camera is also solar powered and then it works in the night as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you can see at night.
Yes.
Everything going on.
So I'm sure I can off it now.
Yes, yes.
So see, it is off just by pressing the phone.
So in terms of maintaining this place, the machines you are using, is it part of the package, or when a client contracts you to do something like this and then there's a little problem, how does it go about the repairs and everything?
One of the competitive advantages is that we give lifetime consultancy service.
Okay.
That is, anytime you call us, you come and then sort things out.
Okay.
If there's a need for you to pay something small, we do it. Okay. But if it's just advice or just some miniature, solutions, you don't charge anything. Okay. And that is our competitive advantage.
So throughout the time of the person's farming,
we are there for you.
You can call anytime.
Of course.
Wow. Okay, so any advice for the general public and then young people as well who would want to go into something like that?
So all right. So if you are listening to me wherever you are in the world, you are a businessman, you are a researcher, whoever you are, or you are somebody who is planning to go on retirement, my advice to you is that the world has changed. Climate change has, disrupted all the sectors of the economy. So whatever investment you want to invest in, or whatever investment you want to do, think of sustainability. Think of where you are putting your money in. That is what the Bible said. Wherever you are, your wealth is, that is where your heart is. Okay? So as I took you through this project, it is well calculated, well constructed with the lens of climate change. So I advise that whatever investment you do, take consideration of that and take the quality people or the best who can do it for you. And then hey, Snail business is one of the lucrative business you can talk of. That is why almost all my videos I ask you, consider poultry, piggery, and all those things. Look at the challenges that come with it and consider snail farming, which come with minimal labor, minimal cost, with high profitability rates. So make a good decision. Call me 0241 30 44 60 and African Foundation for Climate Change and Sustainable Development will give you the most innovative and sustainable climate smart greenhouse. Thank you.